Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery with an 18 by 24 inch canvas, an oxo omelet turning flip and fold spatula that's going to spread some paint, and it's a pre-primed white canvas. And I want portions of the top to be in blues like the sky, portions of the bottom to be in greens like foliage, and I will worry about how far I get and what comes next when we get to that point. So I'm just going to dribble some Chantilly lace all over, because for me that's a potential base color to help me move the rest of the paint that I'm going to put down. I'm going to give myself, because it's handy and in a big bottle, a little bit of African violet, but not necessarily a lot. I do want some frosted, which is in a 5-ounce bottle. My paint pouring recipe for the Prism Pours and the 20% off coupon are underneath the video. That needs to be opened more. Now I intend on moving my paint to where I want it to go, so I'm not too worried about how I start this. But I do have a marble in my bottles, and I will always shake the contents because the Prism Pours have mica in them. I don't think that I need to worry about having a lot of anything until I get to the point where I've swiped a little bit and have decided how that looks. I have a color, I'm not sure what it is, but it's so similar to the frosted that it almost makes me think I started 2 containers without realizing it. This is the blue velvet, which I evidently need to make up more of because it feels like it's almost gone. Now, I used a little bit of Northern Sky around the edges because I had it. I'm also going to use a little bit of Frozen because I love Frozen. It's a very rich turquoisey electric blue. And where is that? That's the frosted. That's the frosted. That's the other color. It's so similar. But I don't think it's going to hurt anything. Let's see how close it is. It looks more silvery. It almost like the it's a Primary Elements powdered the Papillon, but I found that, so it's not that. So let's give this a shot. I'll get my bottles out of the way as best I can. As best I can, meaning like not at all. Okay, so which side do we start from? I'm going to try and get all of this filled. This is basically a background. I don't really want to have to go back and fill in with my fingers. If I need some more colors, I better decide it pretty quick. And I'm thinking that I like how the Frozen looked. And I'm going to throw in a little more Royal Galaxy. Or whatever I threw in the first time. I don't think I even told you what I threw in the first time. There's the Royal Galaxy. I'm guessing I don't have enough paint. So the Chantilly lace is going to have to be my conveyance. But I'm liking the patterns I get. I especially like how the Chantilly lace prevents the color from being completely absorbed onto the canvas. It's sort of like a resist, which works for me because it adds a highlight and some interest, some abstract interest to the background. And doing the top first is going to get me ready for getting used to the thickness of the paint when I do my foliage part in the bottom. And I'm contemplating, only contemplating so far, doing blooms, filling in the top. I'm trying to make sure that I have a bead of paint on my spatula, or enough paint on my spatula so that I can back push it and then just gently drag that spatula across places where there isn't enough paint or it looks like canvas is showing through. Kind of inclined toward a little more purple, just because because it's so pretty. It reminds me of tissue paper collages. My mother used to like to do those. I think we did a few together when I was a kid. And I don't mind the idea of the purple behind merging with the greens, but I'm going to get right on that, I think, right now. Yeah, that's good. It reminds me of batik. Now, I think what I better do is give myself, oh boy, what do I want to do? I want to grab my colors without the white. Do I? I guess I'm going to risk it. Let's do some white. Let's do it in up and down, like foliage would be though. And then I'm going to spread it out a little bit. And hope that it stays somewhat damp while I'm going to apply the rest of my... This is weird. This is cool, but it's weird. Scrape that off. I don't mind blues in with the greens at all. Gotta start somewhere, right? Let's do it one more time. Makes me want to cut the tip on my bottle. Now I'm swiping down, but I'm pretty sure I could swipe up too. By swiping up, I'll be taking more paint from the top with me, so maybe I'll stick to downward strokes. I'm not going to worry about my bottoms or my edges right this minute anyway, because most of those colors I will be able to swipe into place. I do want to steal a little bit of paint right now for that blue edge. That's really pretty. I like the top a lot. So Fandango is one of the primary colors that I want to use. And I realize that I'm going to have to do something similar as move down. I have just realized that actually. I want to put a little bit more purple in along this edge. I think there's going to be some blue velvet. I think there's going to be a lot of colors, honestly, if I can get to them all. So this peacock has been calling me, which is a wonderful turquoisey green. That I'm not used to these bottles even yet. I'm not opening the tips enough. I don't want to put it everywhere. I'm going to start as soon as I think I have enough paint to make covering things possible. And I'm going to use all the greens that I've got, which will include Neptune's Gaze next. And realize as I go through doing this, I'm expecting to have some residuals on my spatula, which will mean I'll be able to transfer color from one zone to another. That's enough of that. I've got wintergreen. I might even use some of the Tuscan Sun. And while I'm at it, some more purple and probably some African violet again. Well, no, some more African violet, purple, and then, what was I going to say? Maybe some frozen. No, that's it. I found it. The water dragon and the blue velvet. And everything, and the frozen, like I said, and everything. Let's put a little tiny tadpole of, I've got a Chantilly lace Tuscan Sun mix that made it lighter. And that's looking rather attractive. I'm glad I put that white in there. I might want to put some more white in just to add highlights and break it up. There's a good chance of that. That's the blue velvet. Which I'm definitely going to have to make some more of right soon. I said I was going to put some more frozen in, and so I will. This frozen bottle has a defective top, so I got to be careful or I'm going to wind up with a mess. Yeah, I love that. I'm assuming I can go from top to bottom and fill in things. I am almost ready. Almost ready. Oh boy, I'm nervous. Oh, that's Northern Sky. You know what? That's a really pretty iridescent color shifting. It's basically purple in certain lights. I wonder how much the green will take over, and I wonder how much the blue will take over. Put a little bit of gold in. The gold is Mayan gold. I said I was going to throw a little more purple in there. I'm beginning to think that I have the abundance of paint I require. I'm being drawn to some purple, excuse me, some pink diamond, just to throw a couple of rogue elements in there. There's some more of that Chantilly lace. This is a big risk. I think this is a pink diamond mix that's not what I'm using currently, that I mixed a while back. Alright, that's good. That's good for right now. If I want something else in there, I'll find out in a minute. Cross your fingers, here we go. I'm going to scrape that spatula off so I have some colors along the edge. I'm going to flip it over. Now the canvas was pre-primed, so if I happen to like some of the white that's showing through, that wouldn't be a problem to keep it. I've never done this before, so I have no idea what it's going to look like. But the colors are gorgeous, and for me, that pretty much assures that you'll have something with pretty colors in it. I'm kind of wishing that I kept more white, but I also have a toothy tool, and that was my original plan, was to do just what I just did right there and drag some marks down. So I guess that's going to be fine. It'll be dramatic at least. Got to be careful not to make my swaths too big. Let's go down this way. I like the blue in there a lot. And maybe right now, while I have a little extra on my spatula, I could do what I am doing, which you may not be able to see because I'm probably off camera, and put the residual mixture across the bottom so I have a chance to use it to cover the edge. Taking liberties. I gotta get that paint spread first before I play. I could even use a skewer, I believe. I'm a little nervous because the paints are still something I'm getting used to. Still knocking off some more paint on my edge and getting rid of a thing that does not belong at the same time. Yay. It's a lot different than the gardens I used to do. But you got to change things up once in a while and try new stuff. I think I need some more neon green, which is not really what the Fandango is, but it'll have to suffice. Yeah, and I can use the paint on the edge of my spatula to create nice little shoots off the top of my foliage, which could also happen some other time. I should turn that around and show it to you, because it's sort of kind of closer to what I have in mind. Oh, yeah. Painting turns without the turntable. That's interesting. I'm going to have to go up on my little stool to see what you can see, so I can make sure most of that's in the frame. And I got to stop worrying about covering the whole canvas, because that's really not necessary at this point. And every time I pick up a little paint, I can add. I shouldn't do that upside down. I do need to see what you can see, and I got to tell you that we're getting close to the end of part 1, which looks pretty good, I guess. Tall grasses. We'll just call it tall grasses. And please give me a thumbs up if you like what I do. Share it if you like what I do. I'm going to continue. This is really weird that this is not turning for me right now. Hey, turn. I think I have a bowed stay across the back of my canvas, and that's why it's swiveling around like that. Anyway, so, like I said, I'm just going to keep adding more little tenderly styled frayed tops that also pick up paint and leave little white highlights, which make them look like they're lit by the sun or whatever. And it's going to be what it'll be by the time I'm done. And then I'll decide after if I'm going to throw any blooms in there or not. I might just decide I like this just as it is. And it worked out okay to this point. And you'll see it in the thumbnail finished if I don't get a chance to turn it around. But I'm really liking it a lot. And I gotta remember, I can still steal a little paint. And fill in behind. I like this. I think I said that. I'm like that though. I meant to use my toothy tool. I think I said that, but I'm not sure. And I don't care if I don't, honestly. So I would assume that this may be going to the show. I should leave that white back there, because the horizon line, I've noticed, is often white in many things. And if I get too much canvas exposed, I can just go right back in and dip. If I don't have enough exposed, I can just mess with it. Alright, I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Make sure to check the exhibition video on the end screen of every video, and I'm probably thinking that you're gone and I should come back. But I will take a picture anyway to finish up. Oh, you're still here. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so in the last 20 seconds of this video, there is an exhibition video, and at the beginning of it you can see the prizes for the monthly drawing and people who contribute through PayPal. That icon is on the bottom right hand corner of my YouTube channel banner. They are automatically invited to get into that monthly drawing, and the drawing is at the first of the month. I love you guys dearly. Make sure to check my link tree, my Amazon link, all that good stuff you've heard a million times, and if you